The next tool here I want to show you is the Sites tool. So you can think of this like a similar sites tool. Like you put a website in here, and then we'll find all the similar sites to the one that you entered in there. And the reason that's really useful is because Facebook interest keywords are sometimes domain names, site names, like nurse.com or something like that. And so what I want to do here is let's try an example and something different. Let's try it, say, in the knitting niche. And what I like doing is just going to google.com, or in my case is google.ca, and I'm just going to type in knitting. And I usually try to find the first website that comes up, that's actual website that I could search, not like Pinterest, because Pinterest has everything on it, or Wikipedia. But this one here, simpleknitting.com. Copy that. So right click and copy. Right click and paste. Click search. And it found 243 related websites to simple-knitting.com. So now we can use the validate targets to see if there are any interest in there, and it did find some. So learn, what does it say? Learn, what does that say here? Let me see. Alexa. Because it says learnarabic.online.com. It's not really relevant at all. How about this one here? Hit, see what that one's all about. Not too sure if it's even relevant as well. This might not be a very good example. We can always go check this out. Right click, go here. Actually it is. Okay, so this is very relevant to knitting. Looks like a knitting website. So that could be a target that we could use. So we can go actually to the seed keyword website. We can see it here. We can also go Alexa and Google for each keyword to get more information about it. And this is what I should have clicked on in the first place instead of going through Alexa, but I could see here that it's about knitting and wool. You also got the description, and then you got the Alexa rank and the Quantcast rank, which gives you an idea of how much, basically how much traffic they get, how popular they are online. The lower the rank, the better. So the ones with the really low rank down here, like this one, like WikiHow or Craftsy. That's an interesting one. Let's see that one there. So if you go Google. Looks like some sort of Etsy kind of idea. Cool. So that could be a possible target, but it wasn't found. But here's the interesting thing. If we actually right click and send this over to FB interests, whoops, we have to select it. Right click, send over to FB interests. I got some other stuff in here from a previous video. Let's just delete that. It didn't find it. Let's try. But it does find that keyword. So there actually is a massive following, 1.5 million for Craftsy. So let's say, for example, you're selling a product to do on Etsy, some sort of physical product, a print on demand or something like that. Then you could use that as a target or Facebook interest in your campaign. So, and that was all found by looking in here. Like, I had no idea what that was. I never heard of that website at all. So even though that this didn't actually come out as a keyword itself, craftsy.com, still it ended up being a very powerful, potentially powerful keyword that we could use. So would we have found that through here? Maybe not. So that's how powerful this tool can be. You can really uncover things you would never ever would have thought of. So another good feature of this is, let's say for example you take the ones that has really low Alexa ranking. Let's say this one, ones that make sense. Brick Construction, no. Interweave Store, sure. Nitty.com. You take these, let's clear this out, and right click and send those over to results. And now we can search these ones and see if any more comes back. Now sometimes, obviously these sites they don't come back with anything, but sometimes they do. It was 240 something, now it's 680, so they are being recognized, finding some here. It's just checking the last one. There we go. Now let's see if we can validate some targets. It only found 4. some duplicates there, so right click, remove duplicates. So didn't find that many more, to be honest, with that particular search. But again, you can always go through the Alexa ratings, so rank I should say, and the ones with really low rank that are relevant, you know, try sending those over to the FB interests and taking the .com off them and just seeing if you can find more. You might uncover those as interest keywords and uncover something you never even thought of. So that's a very powerful little feature as well in here. And just like all the other tools, you do have all the other features as well. So if you right click the text box over here, you got all these. The file, you got all that. Same as searching, you search in the columns that have text. In this particular tool, you actually have quick filters for the Alexa rank and the Quantcast, so that makes it a lot easier in here. Clear out filters. You got all your file features as well. Saving the data to a data file, loading it from a data file, saving to comma delimited file, text, and the two features I explained before. Open last working folder. That's really handy to see where you saved your last file, or getting to the install folder where the software is actually installed. A lot of times I like creating folders in here. Like for example, I'll create a new folder and call it saved. And sometimes I save a file somewhere else on a random hard drive and I'm like, oh man, I really want to get back to the save folder. How do I do that? Well, you can just go open install folder and then boom, there you are. You get to it. So that's basically it. I don't think I've got anything else to explain here. Actually, no, I do. This particular tool has additional features that will show up in your right-click menu right here. Copy all URLs to, copy all URLs or copy selected URLs. These copy to your clipboard. So if you copy the selected ones, you will see they will copy. I have to select a few first. And you can see here, you paste them and there they are. Okay, so I think I've covered everything in this one. And we'll move on to the next tool.